This is this
Hi.
is my beautiful
Hi, how are
wife.
you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Congratulations to the two of you as well.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
So awesome to hear. So I'm not gonna keep you, but I did want to, just get your success story, the journey of getting up to leading up to winning your first contract. So I know that because tell me again, your business was like t-shirts or something like that, right? Was it okay?
Yes.
Okay, and then did you land your contract in that, or was it on something different?
It was something totally different.
Totally different. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know and good to talk about because a lot of times people they pass up on opportunities because it's not specifically something that they are selling, but there's like low hanging fruit, all different types of opportunities that are out there that you can actually still go after
Right, right.
to make more money. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So so basically, the way we got started, I was doing some research and found you on Facebook. And once I found you on Facebook, I started to explore the options of getting in your program. So I got my wife in your program, and
Let's be honest, I was terrified. I said there's so many scams out there.
yeah.
But I'm glad I stepped out on faith.
I mean, but and that's a good point, right? So you don't be ashamed to say that because there are a lot of people out there faking it, and you don't know if the person is real or if they're gonna run off with your money. So you do have to face that.
Right.
And so it is like a walk of faith to, so you really got to kind of do your due diligence, see is this person real? Or what other testimonials are out there. You got to do your homework. You definitely want to do that. So, all right. So you saw an opportunity, you were doing some research and you wanted to connect your wife with an opportunity for you guys to learn this process. Okay. What happened next?
So what I did was join your program, and I followed it step by step up until a certain point. So I am the hard headed kid. You know, you have a lot of students that follow step by step. Well, I'm the hard headed one. So I didn't follow exactly. What I didn't do was get her certifications like you told us in the program. So we don't have those. But I did do my homework and just research what opportunities we could, go after. And so I decided to go a different route. I used the Unison Marketplace. So that was how this opportunity came about. I thought it was fake because every time we tried to go after opportunities, it wasn't nothing ever came about. So I just, gave up on it. And so I started back again. And this time it happened. So basically, we are servicing the U.S. Coast Guard, and we're supplying gases for the U.S. Coast Guard. So that's totally different. It's not in our scope. But the way I sort of stumbled on that, I am full time. I work in industry. I work for a refinery, so I knew about industrial type things, and so I just kind of put two and two together. Found a connection with Air Gas. I developed a relationship with them, and I started bidding on things similar to that. Things that they could provide, and that's how we got started.
So you come from screen printing, basically t-shirts and things of that nature, and you see another opportunity in something that you have a like a work history in that particular industry. So that goes to show that like your skill set can come from really anywhere. There's opportunities that are
Mhm.
out there. So okay, so when did you start this journey? Like what year was it when you first decided that okay, this is an opportunity I want to get started um and then what happened along that journey between then and now?
It was 2021.
21.
Yeah.
It was around 21 when
Like
we got
this summer.
started. There were a lot of times, to be honest, that we wanted to give up because we felt like things just wasn't, panning out. Like I said, I didn't do the exact homework like you said by getting the certifications. Along the way, I've learned that having the certifications, sets you up for success because it separates you from the larger audience. Big market versus small market is tough to be in. And so I've learned that now, that you have to separate yourself in order to win the contracts. So the whole time I've basically just been really just going after bid after bid after bid after bid. I've literally I probably responded to at least 100 proposals. I'm serious, and I've been told no, 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 and this just finally happened, and I'm just so happy for us. This is a golden opportunity. It's actually with the DoD. This officer, he works with DoD and other type contracts. So he's already told us that if we perform this well, that we can get other opportunities. So we're just happy that this happened for us.
That's so awesome to hear. And now you have your foot in the door. So now you get to prove yourself that you can deliver quality work for additional opportunities that will open up. So when you were bidding before, what was some of the type of contracts you were going after?
Well, initially we started out with, her niche, going after things like shirts and, things of that nature. So I found a lot of contracts that would allow her to make, to be honest with you, a lot of money. I didn't realize that the military needed that many shirts. Like one contract we had, we were working with a third party contractor, but it didn't pan out. It was worth like $1 million. Actually, the person that won it, or the business that won it for 11 million. They wanted close to 2 million shirts.
Yes.
And so we bid it, but it was way too high. And we couldn't bid that high, but I'm sorry, we couldn't bid that low because it wasn't really a profit margin for us, because we had to work with other people. We had to work with people to get the shirts and the people to do that size quantity. We're a small business, so we couldn't do 2 million shirts in the time frame they wanted. So we lost out on that, but there have been several that we've bidded on similar to that, and we just haven't been able to do that. But this happened to happen for us. So
That was good. So at what point did you decide to kind of pivot and go after something that was in your wheelhouse and your background and expertise?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm stubborn. Like I said, I'm the hard-headed child. So I'm very stubborn. A lot of people that I've met in the industry, as far as PTAC and different programs like that, everybody said you have to stay within your niche. You have to have a certification. You have to have this. You have to have that. And I just dared to be different. And so I just decided to go ahead and just try some things. I didn't want, because in my job, we have contractors that, for instance, are painters, but they win contracts within my company to do cement work. So I'm like, okay, if they can do it here, why can't the government do the same? It just didn't add up. And so when I started doing my research in Unison, the people that I lost to when I bidded on things, I actually looked them up. I would go back and look them up to see what their scope was. And I was losing to, like, things that were being provided were industrial supplies, but these were people who may have been painters or plumbers or, things of that nature. And so I knew that it was possible for us to do the same. So I just kept bidding until it happened.
Yeah. So one of the big prime contractors that I see is really good for that. They win contracts outside of their scope is what do they call it? It just skipped my mind. But they're Lockheed Martin. Lockheed
Martin. Yeah.
You will find them in every industry when it comes to awarded contracts. Every industry. Every industry. So so you're absolutely right. And I try to talk to my clients about, like, people who are in my under my influence. I talk to them about keeping an open mind. Of course, you're passionate about doing this particular work, but do you think you can go buy some bread, right? If the government wants to buy, $5,000 or $500,000 worth of bread, you know how to shop because you buy bread for yourself. So you have to keep an open mind and look at those opportunities as well, because you don't, especially with the federal government, you don't have to necessarily do business in your scope. You can do business outside of your scope when it comes to the federal government, you know, region. So that's a great thing. What have you learned since getting started, aside from being hard headed?
Yeah.
And
Well,
becoming more coachable, like what have you learned in business?
well, I think that the biggest thing that we've learned is to never give up. This is real. This is something that could be life changing for you. I found out that if you just get the foot in the door, like you said, there's plenty of opportunity down the road. So I'm just thankful that this happened. It's a base plus 4 year opportunity. So I was awarded 40,000, but over that 5 year span, it's like close to 200,000. And that's just one contract. So I'm just, man, I'm just thankful. So I just,
Grateful. I mean, we're just at a loss for words. So, I mean, we had no and turned down for 2 years. So we just managed just to keep it up and just continue to be it. So,
Which brings me to one thing that I shared today, because I had a 5-day challenge today, and I were talking to people who are considering jumping into the space. I'm like, if you're either gonna have to choose to be a winner or a quitter, because you're gonna get so many no's. And if you're the type of person that give up when you get no's, by the time you get to your 10th no, it's gonna be over. But look what's on the other side. So how many no's did you just go through? I mean, you went through the records of no,
oh,
like,
yeah.
before winning your, like 100 no's before I got the
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That says a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
as as a person of valor and endurance, and a person that's just not gonna quit, right? So is well deserving. This is just only the beginning. And the crazy part about all of it is that you can do multiple contracts simultaneously. So just imagine landing another like 3 or 4 of the same size contracts over that period of time. So easily your business can go from like a $200,000, $200,000 value over 5 years to like $1 million value or more over the next period of 5 years. So, super awesome to hear. I mean, I'm super excited about just the journey that you guys are embarking on, and together as a couple. So when it came to like the program, what were some of the things that you think in the study and the learning part helped you to position yourself for this day to finally come?
I think that in the program is well structured because you can follow along, and you have everything detail oriented. So at the end, you can print whatever you need to look back on and stuff like that. It's just really well structured, and it's pace. So I mean, you can do it whenever you want. Um, and I just I really did get something out of that program. I just wish that I would have listened to getting the certifications on the front end, like you said. I wish I would have done that. I was kind of stubborn on that too. Sorry about that, but it worked out.
Well, you can still do it because, like, especially, are you guys both on the documents for the business? And
Yes,
you're 51% owner, like majority woman owned. Yeah.
she is.
Okay. So just by doing that part, like you automatically for the set asides, you automatically qualify for the things that are set aside for women. And right now, the Department of Defense, since you're already in there, like they're giving women contracts and things that they've never done before. Like there's a young lady that I know just got awarded a $2 million contract to manufacture weapons. She know absolutely nothing about weapons. She never even picked up a gun. But they said, oh, woman-owned business, if we show you how to do this, can you get your certification and do it? And she said, yeah. So they showed her how to do it and they gave her the contract. So it only benefits you to be ready, right? For when these opportunities come. And then had you already had those certifications, you could have gotten subcontracts along the way to this 2-year period. So you could have got plenty of subcontracts on your way. But I mean, you live in your life. You're here. So you're here now. So you say The one thing that almost held you back from joining the program is you was a little skeptical in the beginning because the numbers that you saw, it seemed untrue. So
Right.
between then and now, what has been the evolution of when it comes to the numbers that you saw during the training?
Well, when I got that contract and I saw the 40,000 and it was like, over 5 years, I'm like, oh my God, do you realize what we just did? And I was floored. I didn't realize that it was possible. I mean, I've heard so many stories. I've watched, oh, another thing that you told us to do is watch a lot of videos and do your own research. I watched so many videos. I promise. I feel like I have a master's now in government contracting from watching so many videos. I watched all of your videos. I did so much reading. It was just so much, but that was I guess that was a telltale sign when, it finally happened for us.
Yeah. So your IDIQ contract is 40,000 a year for 5
Hmm.
years, and then
Correct.
the option to renew or the option to get other opportunities.
Option to renew. Option to renew.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say to any small business that's not yet doing business with the government? They don't even have the slightest clue what this can do for them and their family.
Oh my God. If this could go viral, I would tell people, look, the first thing that you need to do is get registered. Um, get your business registered in SAM, get the cage code, get all of that out the way, get the certifications, and just keep applying.
Keep applying.
Just every opportunity that's in your wheelhouse or even not in your wheelhouse, just keep applying. It eventually works. The government does business with small business, woman-owned small business, all of that. And that would be this is, to me, this is the most scalable thing that's out there, in my opinion, to just change your business from nothing to literally just blown away
Right.
overnight.
So is this the largest client that you've ever had before?
It is. It is. We've really done, like I said, we're in a small town. We've done small projects, but we've never been able to do something on this scale, this fast.
Mhm.
So this is awesome.
Awesome. And then how has landing this contract that's valued up over 200,000 or more, how has this changed your life? Even though you probably haven't invoiced yet, but how is this going to change your life?
Well, it's gonna change it in so many facets. I think the biggest thing is that we can finally work towards our goal. My wife and I, we really would like to, be able to focus on the things that matters the most for us. And so, as of right now, you have to build upon that. And working a job is wonderful, as long as you love your career. But at some point in life, and I think that my wife and I have reached that point, we want to focus on things that matter the most to us. And so having this generational wealth would allow us to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you were to like give advice to a person that's kind of on the fence about getting the education and support on learning how to do this so that they can change their lives too, what would you say about that person that's on the fence?
I think the person on the fence, I would tell them to jump.
Yeah, just jump.
You
Just
know,
do it.
I know it feels scary, and I know that a lot of people are skeptical, but this program is real. This opportunity is real, and I just feel like once you get in and actually do the work, then I think that everything that you've done to that point, all the work and you know, hard work that you've done will eventually pay off.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm so super proud of you all. Be on the lookout for our Legacy Builder Award because we do, send out awards to all of our clients in the past, whether you've done life coaching or the course, the self-paced study program. We want to award you for your accomplishments and for not giving up on yourself and continue to keep us in the loop of what's to come because I know that's just the beginning. Like your life is about to change. So just know that. Let us know, keep us in a loop of what's going on and how anything that we can do to support you in your success and in your journey. So thank you for your time and sharing your story. I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll talk soon.
And I also want to say thank you for sharing the information. And I'm just so grateful that I did step out on faith and and did encourage my husband, like, yeah, we need to do this. So just thank you so much.
I was just gonna butt in and tell you that, look, what you're doing is life changing for a lot of people, and I just thank you so much. I've listened to your story of how you got started, and you have literally changed so many lives by just stepping out yourself.
Mhm.
So what you are doing is just changing other people's lives, and thank you so much, seriously, from the bottom of our heart.
Thank you. All right, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
All right. Thank you.